Hi, my name is Patrick and I'm very glad that you could join me here today. Today's video is about staking in general. Many people have joined the Cardano ecosystem in the recent month or weeks, whatever, and many of them don't know what staking is. And staking is extremely important in Cardano, so I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna answer the questions like what is it, why is it important, how does it work, how can I stake, why should I stake, right? How do I decide on which stake pool to stake? All these questions basically, and I'm gonna show a few examples and hopefully do a little bit of staking. And yeah, so as you can see, we're currently on the Cardano.org website, which I always like showing because it's basically, it's a good starting point for everyone to find out more about the Cardano. So check it out if you have any questions. And yeah, I also have this really cool image, which you can't see fully. Sorry for that. I'm gonna put it to the side real quickly. So I basically only Googled for good images which explain staking and proof of work and proof of stake, right? And this one was pretty nice. So let's start by explaining what proof of work is. You might be familiar with that or not, doesn't really matter. The idea of proof of work is pretty simple, and proof of work is the first algorithm for cryptocurrencies which solved the problem of trust in a decentralized system, right? So Satoshi Nakamoto invented this and he wrote it down in his Bitcoin paper, and it's extremely important. It enabled Bitcoin to exist, and it worked very well for a long time. So yeah, imagine you have many decentralized servers owned by many different people, right? And they all want to have one blockchain. So they basically all want to have the same copy of a database or a table, right? A blockchain is basically just a long list of transactions which are all attached to each other, and they all want to have the same one, and they have to agree on having the same one, right? So how is this problem solved? They use this proof of work algorithm, and basically what this proof of work algorithm does is it decides who gets to attach a new block. So a block is a bundle of transactions, right, to the blockchain next. So yeah, that's the core idea behind this algorithm. It has to decide who gets to attach the next block. And in proof of work, they simply said, okay, we're gonna decide a little bit by luck and a little bit by proof of hardware, basically. So you can just set up your PC, your node, or your server, whatever, and let it mine Bitcoin. And mining is simply just randomly solving a very long mathematical formula until they somehow get it right. And the one server or PC which gets it right first has now the rights to attach the new block to the blockchain. And all the other nodes and servers basically have to say, okay, we accept this or we don't accept it if somehow something was tampered with and the block is not really valid. And for example, if he tried to say, okay, I have more money than I actually do, then of course this block could also get rejected. But normally, if everything is working correctly, they just get to take the new transactions and then attach them to the blockchain, send it to all the other miners or the other PCs in the network, and then the other PCs copy that block into their own copy of the blockchain. And then the game starts from anew, right? So they start mining another block, and then the first one who gets it right gets to attach the new block. Okay, so there are some very obvious problems with this. So for example, it's very one more thing, yeah. So it's every time you get to validate a block and attach it to the blockchain, you get some rewards. That's the whole idea why it does make financial sense to have these miners running. So they're extremely cost expensive, right? And they cost a lot of energy and hardware and stuff. So you need to get some kind of reward to actually have them running. And I'm doing a lot with my hands today. Sorry for that. And obviously leads to the fact that there are many people participating in the network, and they all want to mine these blockchains, these blocks, to get the rewards. And here the problem is basically that you could just go and buy 1,000 computers and then have them all mine Bitcoin, and then you would have a pretty high chance of mining another block, and then you would get the rewards. And that's why it's so extremely financially sound to do that. And many people actually do that. So you've probably all seen the whole mining farms in China and everywhere. And it's obviously very bad for the environment. It takes up a lot of energy, and it's kind of useless, because all they do is like validate some blocks and have the machines running for all that time. So then a few smart people came around and they said, okay, let's think of another system. And they did. And that system is called proof of stake. And there are many different variants of proof of stake. So Cardano has one which is called Ouroboros. I think it was the first one which was ever like really implemented and researched. And Ripple also has a proof of stake concept. And there are many concepts. And the basic idea behind proof of stake, in contrast to proof of work, is that you still want to find out who gets to attach the new block to the blockchain, but instead of having the hardware decide and having the who figures out the mathematical problem first decide, you simply decide in a deterministic way by checking how much stake is delegated to one server. So, for example, there are 1,000 servers in a network, in the Cardano network in this case, right? And like one server has like 10 million stake, and one server has like 10 million ADA stake, right? And one server has like 50 million ADA stake. And then the server with the 50 million ADA stake maybe gets to decide like 5 blocks in this epoch. One epoch are always 5 days. And the one with 10 million ADA stake gets to attach 1 block in that epoch. So they don't really have to solve any mathematical problems. They don't have to work. They just have to wait until it's their turn to validate the block. So that's very cost efficient, and there are actually servers running on very like low budget PCs and on Raspberry Pis and all that stuff. And so it's a very cool concept, and it does work pretty well. And I'm gonna dig deeper on how to do that now. I think I explained it pretty good. Okay, maybe one more thing. So the stake, right? So I mentioned the stake decides who gets to validate the next block. And the stake is basically just what other people decide to put onto the server. So if I run a server with a Cardano node, it's called a stake pool. In Cardano, we have this concept of stake pools, and there are about 1,800 stake pools or so. And basically, people can go and say, okay, I have 50,000 ADA, and I want to participate in this protocol. And then they say, okay, I'm gonna stake to your stake pool, and then this stake pool gets the 50,000 ADA. It doesn't really have them, like, so the stake pool operator or the stake pool can't use these ADA. They can't like steal them or anything like that, but it does have the staking power basically. So then I would have the staking power of 50,000 ADA, and then I would be able to maybe mine a block or like attach a block once in a while, right? And the incentive for normal ADA delegators in this case is that if the stake pool where they delegate to produces a block or validates a block or attaches a block to the blockchain, there are many ways to say this, sorry, the delegators also get a percentage of the rewards that the stake pool receives for validating that block. And overall, I have this nice little calculator here. Overall, this this percentage should even out at around 5% per year. So if you have like, what do we have here, 100,000 ADA, 5% per year would be 5,000 ADA. And yeah, basically this calculator, you can try it out. It's on cardano.org/calculator. Then you can see, okay, it's not quite 5,000 ADA, but it's close. And it should, like, it's 4.6%, and it could be like a little bit more than 5% or a little bit less. It doesn't really matter. It depends on luck as well. But it's gonna even out at 5% per year. And the amount of ADA doesn't really matter in that case. So yeah, it definitely does make sense for everyone to stake on a Cardano Stake Pool, because you can't lose your ADA. They're completely safe. It's impossible for the stake pool to steal your ADA. And basically you get free money, right? So it's like a passive income stream, but because it's only 5% and because everyone who participates receives it, I wouldn't really see it as a passive income stream, and more like a like inflation, but inflation on a very low level. So not the banks get the money like it currently is the case with the euro or the dollar, right? Instead, everybody gets the 5%. So yeah, it's a very fair way to handle inflation, in my opinion. And of course, if you're in early, like we are at the moment, and nobody really uses ADA or Cardano, then it's more like a passive income stream. It's just also inflation if, for example, everyone would use ADA. Okay, yeah, so I hope you understood what staking exactly is, at least in like very rough terms. You can find out more if you go to cardano.org. They have some papers here, and they have here this nice website about Ouroboros, which is the staking proof of stake protocol behind Cardano. It's all super fascinating. It's amazing tech, and it's very, very nice, and you should definitely take a look. But for now, we're gonna take a look at how to stake. So I'm here on this cardano.org website again, stake pool delegation, right? And if we scroll down, here are the two main supported Cardano wallets, Daedalus and Yoroi. There are some more, but these are the two main ones, right? And you can basically stake from them very easily. So if you just bought your ADA, you probably bought it on an exchange like Binance, and then you have it on the exchange wallet, and then you would want to transfer your ADA from your exchange wallet to one of the official Cardano wallets, right? So either Daedalus or Yoroi. So I have this website for the Yoroi wallet open at the moment. So you could simply go to this website. You could press download. It's available for Chrome as a plugin right here on the right hand side. It's also available for mobile. You can simply download it. You create your wallet inside of the software, and then you have a key, and then you can just use the key to send your ADA from your exchange wallet to your real wallet, like to your Yoroi wallet or Daedalus or Adalite or whatever. And then inside of the new wallet, you can simply stake it. And the reason why you should definitely send it to your private wallet is very easy. So, if your ADA is on a server, like for example Binance server, then it's very vulnerable. So if Binance gets hacked at any point, right, you just simply lose all your ADA. That's the thing. It's a centralized attack vector, and the hackers have a very high incentive of simply going and attacking this vector and trying to hack Binance, right? Trying to hack Binance. And if they succeed, they're instantly millionaires or billionaires. So yeah, it's definitely something you should look into if you plan to hold your ADA for the long term. I recommend this for every single cryptocurrency. This is the whole point of cryptocurrencies, that you don't have your money on a centralized server, but instead you have your money right at your own wallet, at your own on your own PC, and you have it backed up on a piece of paper, so that even if your PC breaks or something, you can always still access it. And that's the whole point. Like, really, it's important. Okay, we're gonna take a look at the other website real quickly. So Daedalus, right? Daedalus and Yoroi, the two main wallets which I mentioned. You can simply download it here from daedaluswallet.io and Yoroi from yoroi-wallet.com. And Daedalus is available as a standalone version for PC, for Linux, Mac, and stuff like that. And Yoroi is obviously the mobile version. Also, always be extremely careful and check twice if something seems wrong, if it's the correct wallet, because there are many scams already. And there was, for example, a Daedalus wallet for mobile, which was simply completely fake. And all the people that sent their ADA there lost it, because it's not official, and they just released it and said, okay, we're Daedalus, but when in reality they simply weren't. Okay, and another wallet which I also quite like is the Adalite wallet, and we're gonna take a closer look at how to stake from there in a second. But for now, I'm gonna open up Daedalus, which I already started in the background. So this is what Daedalus looks like. This is a test wallet which I use all the time for testing random stuff. So yeah, nothing important there. But if we look here on the left hand side, right, you can see multiple interesting buttons, and the second button here is the button for the delegation center. And in this delegation center, you can simply stake your ADA. So you can see, okay, we're currently in the Cardano epoch 251. Next epoch starts in 2 days. And here you can see my wallet. So I've been staking to Babel, which is my own pool, for quite some time now. And basically every epoch I get rewards for staking on that pool. So every 5 days I get some rewards. And if I wanted to choose another pool, I could simply go here to the stake pools list. And there are many pools, like tons of pools. So you're gonna get a little bit overwhelmed. It's simple, just stake on Babel. No, I'm kidding. I of course, I would always appreciate you staking on Babel, but you can choose whatever pool you want. There are a few things that you might consider. So if we click on one of these, you can see, okay, there are many data points here. So for example, the saturation. So that simply means that there's how much ADA is on the pool. So it's very important that this is not above 100%, because 100%, which is at the moment 64 million ADA, is the cap. And after that, you won't get any more blocks per epoch, even if you have like 200 million ADA on the pool, right? So just make sure that you're under 100%. That's very important. And you know, here you can see the live stake. Okay, that's not very interesting. You can see the pool margin. So that's basically how much percentage the pool always gets per epoch from each block. So one block is worth around 1,000 ADA or so, and or 1,200. I'm not sure, to be honest. It always changes a little bit. And then, like, the pool would always take 1% from that, so 10 ADA. And the pledge is also quite important. So the pledge basically says how much ADA in the pool is from the pool itself. So from the pool operator. So here we can see, okay, the pool operator of this BitCat pool, they put 30k ADA in there. And then, there's this other value, cost per epoch, which is pretty much in all pools. Oh no, here it's actually really high. Wow. But most of the pools have this at 340 ADA, right? So 340 ADA is the minimum at the moment, so you can't set this any lower. So yeah, that's basically what the pool always receives every epoch if they produce a block. If they don't, they receive nothing. So you're not gonna lose your ADA if you stake, right? Even if there are no blocks produced, you will always just gain ADA or don't get ADA. So yeah, you can always read some like inspiring quotes, like from my pool here at the Pool of Babel, and visit the website and all that stuff. And I honestly, I don't know why the potential rewards here are at 0 ADA. I simply don't know. It's simply not true. They're also here. They are at 0.7 ADA. It's one of the top 10 pools. Like, doesn't make sense. Daedalus is not very good at ranking their pools. So don't give too much credit to these ranks. They're simply not very good. But yeah, this is the way to stake your ADA. So if you decided on a pool, you would simply click on one, then you would click on delegate to this pool, and then you've done it, you've staked, and then you would simply wait 15 days until you get your first rewards, and then after that you would get them every 5 days. So yeah, I can see here how many rewards I've got. There's also an info button here. So at the moment, 88% of all the blocks in the Cardano network are being produced by the stake pools, which is a very important number. This increases by 2% every epoch at the moment, or sometimes more, sometimes less. But we're going to reach 100% by the end of March, which is very cool, because that means that 100% of the system will be decentralized, and the other 12% at the moment are being validated by private IOG servers. So yeah, by a centralized entity basically. So if this reaches 100%, we're gonna be the most decentralized cryptocurrency on the market by far, because we have so many stake pools, we have so many people participating. It's actually incredible. And yeah, I think that's it for Daedalus. So I'm gonna close this now and minimize, can close in the background. And we're gonna take a look at Yoroi, because Yoroi is actually, I think, the most used wallet. I have it here in my Chrome. I'm gonna put it back up here. So I have these two wallets, like the Ergo wallet and the Cardano wallet. I'm gonna click on my Cardano wallet. It's the same one I use in Daedalus, also a test wallet. And yeah, so here you can also see, okay, I'm delegating to the Pool of Babel, and you can see my rewards, and you can see my upcoming rewards. And to choose a stake pool in the Yoroi wallet, you can simply go to the delegation list here, and this delegation list also shows all the pools, even with some nice logos on the side. And it grabs this list from a public website called ADA Pools, which we're going to visit later. And yeah, you can basically see the same information, so the costs, the average cost, the pledge, the blocks, and so on. Search for Babel here. So yeah, here's the Babel pool. So return of investment last 30 days around 4.5%. I hope this goes up to 5% soon. So pretty fine. And then you can see how big the pool is. How the costs are divided. So 330 ADA fixed costs, which are the minimum, as I said, and then 3% for the pool. And then you have this average cost thing, which is actually not very accurate. I'm not sure why this is in there, and it's like super high. 11% doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know how they calculate it. I think they use like all epochs that the pool existed and then somehow average it or something like that. I think this is a very hurtful thing to put inside of Yoroi, because it simply doesn't make any sense. It just hurts little pools. You will get good rewards with little pools. Actually, sometimes you will get better rewards with little pools than you would get with all the big pools. And yeah, so don't listen to this average cost. Mostly look at the return of what does it even mean? Return of investment is what I wanted to say, but okay, it doesn't really matter. Look at the last 30 days. So this is very important, and then also look at the costs in general and look at the pool size, and yeah, that's the main thing, right? So yeah, if you wanted to delegate to the Pool of Babel, you would simply click on delegate. I can't because I'm already delegating, or you choose your own pool or whatever pool you like and just press delegate. It's very simple. And we're gonna switch over to the next wallet, which is the Adalite wallet, which I also really like. I think I would use this more, or I should use this more often. I think this is really cool. So it's a wallet completely on the web. And yeah, basically, I don't have one of these wallets here at the moment, so I'm not going to import one. You can use it with a hardware wallet, which is really cool, or a passphrase, or simply a JSON file. Oh, I'm gonna need to take a look at this later. But we're gonna create a new wallet for the second. So I'm gonna write this here down. I'm just gonna copy paste it because it's just for show, right? So I've copied this. I'm unlocking the wallet, loading the wallet data. There you can see, okay, we have 0 ADA in this, and yeah, here the way to stake is a little bit different. So I would click on this, and then oops, yeah, I would click on staking, sorry, and then here I can choose the stake pool idea, which you have to find manually. So the current stake pool idea is the stake pool idea from the Adalite stake pool, right? And it's always standardized selected, right? So but I could import a own stake pool idea into that, and we're gonna take a look at how to get some stake pool ideas in a second. But I would simply copy that, put it in here, press delegate, and that's it. And then I would be a delegator. And yeah, quite simple actually. Damn, I really like this interface. I need to use Adalite more. It's really fun. Okay, yeah, so very simple, and we are gonna take a look at how to get these stake pool ideas now and how to choose which stake pool to delegate to. So I've mentioned ADA pools before, and this is what the website looks like. So it's basically a stake pool explorer website. So you have this ranking with all the stake pools. No, I'm not gonna scroll down all the way now, and you can see which epoch we are in, which slot, how much live stake there is. So at the moment, 71% of all the ADA in the system are being staked, which is an incredible amount. I didn't expect it to be this high, but of course it makes sense for everyone to stake because, you know, free money. And then the ADA pool. Oh, and we have 2015 pools. That's amazing. Can't believe it. And some more information. It's a very interesting website. I can only recommend you check it out by yourself, adapools.org. And here we have the same things that we saw earlier in the Yoroi wallet. So how much is being staked, the last month, lifetime, then the costs, the pledge, all that stuff, all these basic informations. And if we were to type in Babel, we would find the Pool of Babel here as well. Could click on it. I could find out some more, like the performance. So it's been pretty good and going up all the time, right? And then yeah, the block trend, lifetime blocks. We just hit our 25th block, which I'm very, very happy about. But the important thing here is the pool idea if you want to stake with Adalite. So you would simply, let me check, okay, this one, yeah. So you would simply use this here. This is the pool idea. ID, and you would copy this and then you would put it inside of here. And you would see, okay, name Pool of Babel, awesome, and then you would simply press delegate and you've delegated your ADA to the Pool of Babel. And yeah, every pool on this website has this nice information page, so you can see who's behind the pool, and they often have their YouTube channel linked and all that stuff. And yeah, here you can also see like the rewards from the last epochs. So at the moment, in the current epoch, we have been mining 3 blocks, and there are 3 more to come, actually, because the epoch is only halfway done. And in the last few epochs, we mined like a pretty good amount of blocks. So last epochs, we made a return of 6% and 6.66%. Also, the last 3 epochs were above 6%, which is really good. Like I told you, the average was 5%, right? And the current epoch is also gonna be above 6%. So yeah, please consider staking on Babel. But of course, you can also choose any of these other pools. And yeah, let's check out some more. For example, okay, this didn't work. Let's check out the Monad pool. It's a very nice pool. So okay, yeah, so the Monad pool, they've also been gaining quite a bit of delegators in the last weeks, and also made some nice blocks. Oh, they've already minted 2 blocks this epoch, which is amazing. 143% luck. That's awesome. Good for them. They don't have a claimed social media on the pool, but on the page, but yeah, a lot of more information. So you can see, you can basically just go on there and compare it. Okay, but enough about ADA pools. We're gonna go over to another pool explorer website, which is called Cardano Scan, which I also really like because I like the design of Cardano Scan a little bit more, and it shows some other information which is very interesting. So you can look up many things about Cardano on here. So for example, transactions or your address or like native tokens, all that stuff. Very interesting. But we're gonna only take a look at the pools for now. So I'm gonna click on pools. And there's an error, which I got earlier too. So Cardano Scan is not working very well at the moment. I'm not sure why that is. So now it works. Really weird. Okay. So we also have a list of pools here. It's not very filtered. I think it's only filtered by live saturation or something like that. So you can see like the top pools are all the IOG pools, so they're all private and you can't really delegate to them. And then you can check out the others. So you can also see the interest, the live stake, delegator rewards. So basically the same information as on ADA pools or Yoroi or Daedalus, I mean. And the pledge, of course. And then let's check how the Pool of Babel looks on this page. So we can also open an information page. You can see when it was registered. You can see the active pledge, which I think is really nice because it's not only the committed pledge. So I actually have more money in the pledge than I committed. So I would have to update my metadata, basically nothing big. And you can see many information here. Active stake, of course, pool size, how the pool has been performing in the last epochs, how much the delegators received last epoch. So last epochs, the Pool of Babel paid out 4,200 ADA to delegators and got 340 ADA for itself. And so definitely check Cardano Scan out. I don't want to talk any more about this. I guess it's self-explanatory. And the one last Pool Explorer page which I wanted to show you is the Cardano Pool Tool. Whoops. Okay, let's reload. Okay, so that's another Pool Explorer with not much emphasis. I'm not sure. Sorry. Sometimes my German is just too strong. So basically you can check out the pool pools here as well, and they all have like same information, just a little bit differently visualized and ranked. You could, you can also see like the recent blocks. You can see which block was made by which pool. So the last block was made by the pool green. The one before that was made by the pool Emer 2, which is actually the Emergo pool, so the pool behind the Yoroi wallet. And you can check out the analysis. So they have some really cool visualizations here, live blocks versus stake, for example, and then here the return versus stake. There are some really successful pools. And okay, I see. Yeah, many other stuff on the website as well. But we're gonna go back to the main page, and something which I really like on here is the choose portfolio. So there are many portfolios on there. So for example, the here Canadian stake pools, Australian stake pools, Cardano Foundation delegation, women in blockchain, charity pools, all that stuff. So you can basically filter a little bit. The Pool of Babel is actually in the German portfolio, German speaking portfolio, the DACH portfolio. So if we write Babel in here, you can see, okay, we have the Pool of Babel again. And if we click on it, we also see like some nice visualizations and, the usual information, like all the other pages. Basically, they're all pretty much the same, just with some slight adjustments. So choose whichever you want. You can also see the delegators, the rewards. So yeah, so that's very cool. And basically I've showed you how to search for pools, what to look after, so the fees and the delegation and all that stuff. And now one last thing I want to show you which is really cool, is this map. It's on monadpool.com/cardano.html. So it's basically a map which visualizes where the relays, so the pool servers and the stake itself, is located around the world. So as you can see, there's a lot of stake in North America and Europe. Who would have guessed? And if we switch this visualization to something different, okay, turn this off also, relay density, for example. And this one, this one, right? Okay, relay density. So every point here is at least one relay. Many of them are many different relays. So you can see, okay, there are many relays in Europe. There are many relays in North America. There are quite a few relays in Southeast Asia, and very few in Africa. Very few in South America. So let's check out first where the Pool of Babel is actually hosted. So I think it's actually, not quite sure, is it in Frankfurt? So yeah, I know it's in Frankfurt, but I'm not sure which of these buttons it is. I'm not seeing it right now. There are too many pools here. There are many pools in Frankfurt. You could take a look and you would find it. We can also filter it later on. It doesn't really matter. But you can see most of the pools in the world actually are hosted in Frankfurt, because Frankfurt is like one of the main internet centers for Europe. And they have like cheap hosting there, and they have like super fast access to internet, and it's a very important hotspot for like internet architecture. So many are hosted here, many are hosted in the Netherlands, and many are hosted in London, of course. And I mean, I just want to point out that Cardano is pretty centralized on first world countries at the moment. So if you're serious about delegating and you don't want to delegate on the Pool of Babel, the best pool, of course, sorry, I always have to self-promote. You can simply choose one of these pools, which are maybe a little bit underrepresented. So here let's check out South Africa. Here there are, for example, 5 pools. So you can see here, okay, and one of them is twice in this place. So there are 5 pools here, and there are a few pools here, but not too many. And there are even pools here. Is it only 1 pool? Oh, there are 2 pools here. Why? It's amazing. I don't even know which islands these are. My geography is not perfect. I think I don't even want to say which country this is, or else I'm just gonna be very embarrassed. I don't know. But yeah. So you can use this map however you want, but of course, Cardano's mission is, of course, to establish Cardano very well in third world countries and to enable people without access to the global financial system to, access the system by using Cardano. Yeah, so it's definitely worth supporting the pools in areas where there are no other pools, I guess. Or you could simply say, okay, I'm living in this one area, so I want to support a local pool. Whatever you want to do, just think this page is very interesting, and you can and should definitely check it out and consider it if you in your pool search. So there are quite a few pools in Australia as well. Yeah, amazing. And many pools have relays all over the world. So my pool, the Pool of Babel, for example, we have relays in Frankfurt. We also have a local relay where I live, which is private. And then we have a relay in Turkey, in Istanbul. And I'm gonna be adding many more in the future. But yeah, just so you know, so many big pools or like smaller pools also, they try to diversify their relay servers and spread them around the world. These two are very interesting as well. They're super high up there. By UNP. Okay. Ada North Pool. I want to check out their website real quickly. Okay. That's a nice website. Very white. It's fitting for the North Pool setting. Okay, yeah. So basically that's it. I think oh wow, we're almost at 40 minutes again. I'm just really bad at making short videos. Sorry. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a little bit about staking, about why it's important and why you should do it. You can only benefit. Please stake your ADA. You're helping yourself. You get money for it. You're helping the network itself grow because, we can support more stake pools. And then the network gets more robust and ADA is profiting from that. And there's no downside to it. Also, please consider staking on the Pool of Babel. This is my website, pool-of-babel.com, if you want to learn more. And yeah, if you like this video, please, subscribe and all that stuff. And I hope I can see you next time. Bye.